Call of Duty games require a lot of reloading. They do because of how fast the game is. I mean, you're going to be swapping mags pretty frequently, but every once in a while, the developers give us a little treat with a gun that just makes you feel really awesome every time you hit the reload button. What is up, everybody? Jimmy or Chaos, and today we are going to do exactly just that. We are going to go down COD history, and we're going to look at an updated look at 10 of the best reload animations in Call of Duty history, either because they're so smooth or because they're awesome for other reasons. And there have been a lot of reload animations throughout the series, so I'm going to do my best to make a solid ranking here, but I'm pretty sure that plenty of you are going to have comments on guns that I missed, which is fine. That's part of it. Maybe we do a second part in a week or two. You let me know. Also, let me know your favorite reload animation. Drop a like. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. And at number 10, the NV4 with dexterity in Infinite Warfare. It's common for a Call of Duty game to have some kind of perk or some kind of attachment that speeds up your reload animation, and generally speaking, this just speeds up the default animation. But Infinite Warfare did a cool little thing where dexterity, which was the blue perk that sped up reload animations, would actually change the reload animation on certain guns. And one of those guns was the MV4. If you were running the MV4 with dexterity, you'd be treated to this awesome flicking animation that was kind of like the exact opposite of the Honey Badger reload animation. Don't worry, we'll talk about the Honey Badger later on in the video, but the MV4 dexterity animation, I think it was pretty underrated. I thought it was a really good way to start the list off. At number 9, the VPR in Infinite Warfare. This SMG was added to the game a little while after launch, and it wasn't the most popular thing in the world at first, but after a month or so, people figured it out. The main selling point of the VPR was the insane ammo capacity and that potential DPS due to the double magazines and double barrels. Yes, this was a double barrel SMG, but since you had 2 mags in the gun at once, you had to reload both of them at the same time. So the reload animation was actually really unique. It let you pop out both mags at once with the touch of a button before popping 2 new ones in and getting back into the action. The gun may have been a bit divisive in the Infinite Warfare community, but nobody can deny that the reload animation was pretty sweet. Guys, before we move on really quick, the link at the top of the description will take you straight to my multiverse TikTok. If you want to see me and my buddy Warren go back and forth on the latest topics in pop culture, movies, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, definitely go over there and give it a follow. We are on the road to 1,000 followers. It's a baby TikTok. It's a baby channel. And we just started it, so I would love to see you guys over there interacting with me. At number 8, the KRM-262 and Black Ops 3. You're going to see quite a few Black Ops 3 guns on this list because Treyarch really went nuts with the reload animations in this game. A lot of them were updates to classic animations, but others, they were totally unique and really embraced the futuristic setting, like the KRM-262 shotgun. Featured this bizarre reload animation where the gun would literally open up in the middle and you'd load each new shell in before it would close and give it one big nice pump before getting back into the action. Now, I know a lot of people weren't a huge fan of the futuristic era of Call of Duty, but if there's one thing we should give the devs credit for during this time period, it was the insane amount of creativity that went into these weapons. The COD teams really got creative with their weapon designs for the jetpack era, and you have to give them props for that. At number 7, the FAL all the way back in Modern Warfare 2 2009. Now, this is one of those reload animations that was so clean and so smooth that it was reused roughly a dozen times in future games. The 2009 FAL reload had your character pull out a new mag, use it to pop the old one off, and then slap it in so they could get back into the action. It was simple by modern standards, but back in 2009, this was one of the coolest things we've ever seen in a military shooter. And like I said, the Call of Duty devs have recycled this animation a million times because it was so smooth. It was reused in Black Ops 2 for the FAL OSW, it was reused in Black Ops 3 for the KM44, and it was reused for plenty of others that I can't remember right now. So it may not be the flashiest, it might not be the most unique in the world, but it's got a legacy. And man, it's just, the first word that comes to mind is smooth. At number 6, the MP5 in Modern Warfare 2019. Now, the MP5 has been in a lot of Call of Duty games, but the 2019 version, to me, has by far the coolest reload animation. This game had an insane level of attention to detail, and the way your character reloads the MP5 in this game is not only pretty awesome, it's also pretty accurate to how a real soldier would do it, complete with that big slap at the end to finish the process. I guess the only downside of this animation is it kind of took forever, and if you weren't running any kind of speed-up perk for your magazine or whatever it was, well, you were going to be waiting a little while. You could often get killed while you watched the reload animation, but whatever. Now we arrive at the top 5. The Banshee in Black Ops 3 was actually super controversial when it dropped into Black Ops 3 due to the fact that it was a super futuristic weapon that fired projectile energy bolts instead of bullets or shells or anything that you'd see in real life. A lot of people thought this was the moment where Call of Duty officially got goofy. But I argue things were goofy before that. I mean, come on, it was a full year of the clown suit in Advanced Warfare. Yeah. Regardless of how you felt about goofiness in the Banshee or its place in Black Ops 3, the reload animation was fire. Unique design. Treyarch also gave it this super unique reload animation, letting you watch your character pull out this weird-looking battery before slapping in a new one and getting back into it. Seriously, the Banshee was more like something you'd see in a Doom game and not Call of Duty. And that deserves to be on the list. At number 4, the Venom X in Infinite Warfare. You may be shocked to see me put the Venom X reload animation down at number 4, but I'm going to keep you guys on your toes today. Everyone expected it to be number 1, so why not give some other guns some love for the top 3? But still, the Venom X is one of the weirdest guns in COD history. We know that. The reload animation is appropriately strange and cool. You pull out this alien acid sack. I don't know what kind of sack it is. You squeeze it, and you squeeze it back into the gun with green juice, and you get back into it. Everybody remembers the Venom X reload animation, and I'm still pretty shocked that Infinity Ward decided to make this gun a full-fledged part of the Infinite Warfare multiplayer as opposed to an Easter egg in COD Ghost, but you tell me. Do you think the Venom X actually has the best reload animation in COD history, or do you think people just say it because it was so weird and different, and honestly kind of gross? At number 3, this is one of my favorites. The Argus in Black Ops 3. Whenever I talk about the Argus, I always mention how weird the reload animation was and how awesome it was. I think that's part of what made the gun so memorable, and the fact that it was ridiculously strong. But instead of having a traditional shotgun ammo system, the Argus had this weird tuna can looking mag that you'd shoot out the side of the gun when you hit the reload button, and then you'd pop in a new tuna can, and if you look closely, you could even see it spin around a little bit as the gun locked into place before you fired. The Argus was awesome. If you haven't seen the best shotguns in Black Ops history, which we did not too long ago, go check it out, because all you Argus lovers are going to probably be pretty happy. At number 2, the M27 in Black Ops 2. This is one of the most iconic reload animations in COD history, and it's been recycled a lot. This assault rifle featured that super smooth handling, pretty respectable damage, along with a relatively high rate of fire that helped keep it competitive at close and long range. But the reload animation is really, it's where it shined. Every time you hit the reload button, your character would flick the gun down to toss out the old magazine before you throw in a new one. It was recycled for several future guns in Black Ops games. It's probably one of the most recognizable reloads in COD history. Even if you somehow never played Black Ops 2, you definitely recognize this animation because of how many times it's been used. I don't mind it. It was awesome. Why not keep reusing it? And at number 1 today, the best reload animation in COD history, I'm going to say the Honey Badger in Ghosts. By the time COD Ghost came out, we were all used to seeing reload animations where your character flicked the magazine toward the middle of the screen. But the Honey Badger turns us around, has the magazine get flicked out to the edge of the screen, and for some reason, that was really cool. It also didn't hurt that the Honey Badger was one of the best guns in the entire game and a fan favorite in the Ghost community. So not only did you have this awesome assault rifle that was super versatile, but you also had one of the coolest FPS reload animations every time you hit the reload button. Ghost had a lot of problems, but the Honey Badger reload animation was universally loved and not one of those problems. Even if you hated the game, you remember how cool this was. So if you ask me right now, this is the coolest reload animation in COD history. Maybe a hot take, but I'm going to stick with it. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know 2 reload animations that were deserving of making the list and did not, and I'll see you soon.